Welcome back to Have Another with Espo. It is Clean Up Christmas Saturday. Anyway, I took down all my tree and got a little bored, and the football game's getting a little out of hand, so I thought I should rearrange the whiskey shelf. It's mostly whiskey. It's not all whiskey, but we'll find out about that later. And I figured to do that with you. If we're going to have another, we're going to have another. Right now I've got a craft raspberry apple cider. I'll be giving you tasting notes, and it's probably going to be fruity and kind of tasty. That's about it. Let's crack that. Yep, smells like cider. That's fruity and pretty tasty. And fake raspberry. I like it. I'm kind of basic sometimes. That's pretty tasty. I'd go for it. Down that goes. So, as we organize this, we have a couple things that need to be on there. First off, I like it. It's decorative. Is what it is. Chirp if you want. We've got my decanter, which I think is going to turn into an infinity bottle later. Could be wrong. I do have another bottle I cleaned off, and I really like that too, but I like the idea of a crystal infinity bottle. Might get into that. We've got our Glencairn glasses. So we'll pop those right on the front. And we've got our Cheers. Just says Cheers. It's not from Cheers. We've got other stuff from Cheers. Bottle opener. I'm pretty sure was a stocking stuffer, but I love it. I think it's awesome. So it stays on there. Back to the craft. Hey, Kat, you helping? Awesome. Secondly, we've got a few modifiers that I like keeping on there. So first off, absinthe. It's lucid. It's lost some of its color over the years, but it's pretty tasty. I use it to modify some things. Sazeracs, the occasional whiskey cocktail. Sometimes just having some absinthe on its own. I think it's fun. So it's got to go right up in there somewhere. That fits. That fits, more or less. Let's stick with that. Next off, harder and harder to find, green chartreuse. Sticking with a green theme early. Bye, Kat. Pop that over there for now. We've got our other little modifiers. Spritz bottles of absinthe, of Fireball, and of Triple Sec. They come in handy. Gonna pop those to the side. They get used a fair amount. Next up are bitters. Orange and aromatic bitters. Keep those on the bar because they're almost always used. The rest of them can probably go in the drawers. I'm not super worried about finding space for the cardamom, say. Again, cardamom from our lovely man's distillery in Brantford. It's a good time. Go down. They're not paying me. They should. I'll accept half off like the first drink while I'm there. It's very tasty. It's a lovely cocktail bar. I have a great time anytime I go in. What else? A couple other modifiers I like keeping on there but don't need to. Coffee liqueur, Triple Sec. They're always good for a go. We'll keep them back here for now. And if we run out of room, we will find out what we have to do about it. Those will probably be two of the first to go. So I'm going to start off with some of the staples that we keep on there. A couple of bottles of rye. Got a 40 Creek Victory. Haven't cracked this one yet. Ian, we have about 17 tastings we need to do. Slacking, sir. Pop that in because it fits nicely under the frame. I may have put that frame exactly in that spot because it still fit there. Another 40 Creek Double Barrel Reserve. Cracked into this one already. It's pretty tasty. Use that for a couple of mixed drinks. I think we used that in the Manhattan video. Could be wrong. What else goes in the back? Our perfunctory bottle of Red Label. I used to keep that underneath with the rest of the scotch. It's a nice just have a drink kind of scotch. So we keep it out now usually. Where to next? I feel like since I've got to the scotch, I like to try to group my whiskeys together. So I'll try to keep the rye together back in here, keep the bourbon around on the front, and then scotch into Irish whiskey because they're fairly similar in spirit, if not in actuality. So let's pop into our Irish. We've got Bushmills Black Bush. It's great for mixing. It's good for shooting. It's tasty. It's a lovely cocktail whiskey. It's not quite Jamie. I like it. Next up, Green Spot. It's always fun when it's got a cylinder. We're gonna pop that in. I know it fits back here, so we're gonna pop that back right in here, right next to the red label. Yes, cat, I see you. Come here. Well, come here and say hi then. No, don't just meow at me. That's too much. Redbreast 12-year, pot still, very tasty, good in a cocktail. Wow, hello cat, you're making an appearance. You're gonna scratch the shit out of me, aren't you? Highly recommended. I don't know if enough people know about this one. I like it a lot. It's gonna go in there and take its rightful place. Bushmills, you can go right there. Redbreast, actually Bushmills, you're gonna pop in this way. Redbreast, you stay out front a little bit. What is the next one to go? Writer's Tears. It's used to be a way cheaper bottle. It's way more expensive than it used to be. It's a little disheartening, but it's really tasty. Yes, cat. Do you have issues? Is it because I'm talking too much? Yeah. No, I know. We'll pop that right in beside the green spot. Again, I'm trying to keep the tallest stuff at the back at this point, just because it's easier to see. Still going with, another staple that needs to stay on there, Peychaud's Bitters. Again, essential in a Sazerac. I paid way too much money for it because I was dumb and I ordered it at the start of the pandemic. Wasn't smart. Here we are. I still love it. It's got a nice, really nice fennel flavor to it. Back to the Irish. This one, another one, courtesy of my brother. Again, apparently I'm hard to shop for, but the liquor store is there. Roe & Co. Irish whiskey from Dublin. One of my favorites. I've got a spare bottle beside. It'll go away once, or it'll come out once this one goes away, which I think this is probably the second or third bottle I've gone at this one. It's delicious. It's got a hint of pear to it. It's really tasty. Find out for yourself. We'll do a tasting some other time, but find out for yourself if you can. If you're into Irish whiskey, highly recommend. Right up. Roe & Co. So that one's going to take a nice rightful spot right beside the Redbreast, I think. Is it? Where's the Redbreast going to go back here? No. Roe & Co. is tall enough. I think we can pop that back there. Put that there. Back to the rye whiskey, I think. Cat, you good now? I'm going to close this door so you don't get away. Yeah. Had some health scares with the cat lately, so she gets some extra cuddles now. Isn't that right, cat? Meowing your face off for no reason. Okay, back to about 10, 12 years ago. Small batch, Canadian Club. I like it. It's very caramelly. It was a nice mixer. This was my go-to rye for quite some time. I started off drinking rye. I was a Crown drinker to start off, because who wasn't in Canada? Moved on to 40 Creek, back when they had the brown bottles. Loved that when it first came out. Had a hint of banana to it, I thought. Especially when you're having a rye and ginger. It was delightful. This was my go-to mixer for rye and ginger, but it was okay just on the rocks, too. So I still have a bottle of it around. Clearly, I'm not drinking as much rye as I used to, because this has been sitting here for quite some time. I've wiped off all these bottles. But it's still a fan favorite for me. I'm going to pop it right in front of the 40 Creek. And since we're talking about 40 Creek, I've got this bottle. This is the new double barrel 40 Creek. I still like 40 Creek. They still make a nice product. I don't know. I like the blue one here. I always thought that was fun. I don't know. I don't know if there's enough in there to justify a spot on the bar. That one, I think that one might hold off on putting that one back up. You might go underneath for now until we use the rest of you up. This is getting to the point where it just kind of needs to be drank and finished. So we're going to pop that on the table for the time being. That's it. What do you think next, Scott? One more rye? Because we have it? Let's. Sazerac rye. It's delightful. Really cool bottle. This is second or third bottle again since I've had it. This was another courtesy of my brother, birthday or Christmas. Pop this right here because it's usually fairly in use. Right next to the absinthe makes sense because they're usually used together. When I got it, that was when I got the Peychaud's because it was a Sazerac. I wanted to make a Sazerac. I was getting into cocktails at the time. Thought it was pretty cool. And yeah, it's delicious. It's nice spicy rye. Makes a really nice old fashioned. Do what you want with it. It's highly recommend. A couple of last ryes here. Gretzky Red Cask. People seem to know what I mean when I say this. It drinks like a Scotch for a rye. It's kind of smoky that way. I don't know if that makes sense to you. It makes sense to me. It's good. Like it's not great. It's not the great one. Still got the 99 on it. It's a nice looking bottle. I'm still going to keep it up there. So we'll pop that right here, I think. Keep that out of harm's way, but still readily available in case we need it. More Canadian whiskey. Got Gibson's Finest. Just pop that down. That one might be one of the ones to come out and just go into regular rotation. As far as other ryes go, we've got Rifle Rye. Picked this one up on sale. Again, another one. The first one was courtesy of my brother. Really nice. It's a nice, tasty rye. Sippable. Goes right in cocktails. Nice and spicy. Get after it. Pop that further in. Really nice cork, actually. I'm going to go back to that one. Really fun cork. I don't know if you can see that. It's got like a coat of arms on there. It's kind of cool. I don't know. Give it a look. This is taking a lot longer than I've got video time for, so we might have to mess around with that. Another one, Dillon's Small Batch Rye. Usually I just have that on the front because it fits in there. Don't love the Dillon's Rye. I think it's just me. It gives me, when you eat too much rice, you get that feeling right in there. That's what I get from it. Next up for the bourbons, I've got Angel's Envy. I don't need to talk about Angel's Envy. It's delicious. If you know about it, you already know about it. So I think we're going to move these around a little bit. There we go. That fits in nicely. What can go next? Oh, one I hate, but it's going to stay on the bar because it looks cool. Virginia Black American Whiskey. I think this was Drake's brand. We ate spoonfuls of peanut butter with it to make it taste okay. I tried it again recently. If it wasn't such a cool looking bottle, it would not be on my bar. I used to foist it on people who showed up going, hey, you think whiskey's nice? Try this. It's not. And then I give them a nice one after that because I'm a nice guy. Most recent, no, not most recent, a more recent, Basil Hayden. It's a lovely bottle. It's got this cool metal belt on it. It's really tasty. The bottle looks cooler than it tastes good, but it's still very tasty, so we're going to keep it up there. Kat, you seem like you need to be down. Plus my arm's getting a little tired. A couple of Christmas this time around. Brothers Bond. I don't know if Joe was just getting sentimental on this one, but again, another one from my brother. And one from Gurley, Michter's Bourbon. Small batch, really tasty. We broke into this the other day when we were doing the Scotch and Cookies night just to try it out. So that one's going to have a nice little prominent spot here. The Brothers Bond, I'm going to stick you in here beside Virginia Black. No, actually, put the Basil Hayden in there. Brothers Bond on the outside. Michter's right with it. That looks like it's a perfect spot for Wild Turkey 101. Tried this the other day. Very tasty, high proof. Still very good. Might as well keep the Long Branch right with it. Cool looking bottle, can go right beside it. Kind of blocks off that. Maybe we'll pop this way and go for a shorter one. No, I don't like where that's going so far. Do that. I think we're running out of video time here. Barn Burner. It's Ontario whiskey. Canadian whiskey. It's a rye type. We'll pop that in here. I think those are squarish bottles, so we can kind of push those around. Go over that as we go. Long Branch can kind of come in. See, it's kind of a weird process I go through every time I do this. Time for Four Roses, I think. That's one of my favorites. Where's my big Four Roses? Down here? There it is. Single barrel. Absolutely fantastic. Can't recommend it enough. We'll do a tasting comparison between those. Another one, small batch, not a single barrel, so this one is a blend of all the barrels they've got going at the time. Still very worthwhile keeping around. Not as nice of a cork as the single barrel. Okay, we're going to take a little 100 proof. Very cool cork. Appreciate a cool cork. Gotta love it. Getting a little faster here. Larceny. Haven't tried it yet. It's a small batch, 92 proof. In with the Long Branch. You go where you go. Elijah Craig, been dying to try this one, haven't yet, going to soon. If you've noticed I've stopped talking quite so much, it's because I've got about a minute and a half left of memory on this. Four Roses regular bourbon, can't go wrong with it. It's delicious. Gonna go with the rest of them. Right up in there. Actually, it's gonna go a little further back because it's tall enough. Block off the Virginia Black. Bullet bourbon. Can't go wrong. Bar staple for me. Absolutely love it. Gonna pop you in front of a Larceny, I think. I think that was a mistake, putting the Elijah Craig all the way back there. Elijah Craig goes a little further back, Long Branch comes up. Again, cool bottles go in the front, because cool bottles go in the front. Buffalo Trace. Thanks, Ian. Big bottle. Haven't been able to find a big bottle all that often. Usually been small. Just delicious sipping whiskey. Great for mixing, great for whatever. Oh, where do you go? Where do you go? Where do you go? I think I need to redo a bunch of this. This goes here, here. Virginia Black to the side. Four Roses in. And over. Should really be more on the side though. Michter's. Cool bottle, but you're going to the back. You're just a toppy bottle. All this getting pushed. Please excuse all the clanking. Full Trace, because you're used all the time. Going right on the side.